Welcome to Hotel Shirakawa and the Ka'u Wellness Center. This is the main house of the owners of the foundation at is Dr. Gary Stice and Apolonia Stice. And this is their beautiful home. And next to it is the Immersion Scholl. Is this wing along here is the Immersion Scholl. And this community is known as Wai'ohinu. It was a hula studio, and now it's primarily being used for their immersion school for the Hawaiian language and studies. And this is the thrift shop run by the school. They have plants out for sale and the typical thrift shop type environment, and also they sell their aquaponics. In this area over here, periodically they hold farmers markets, swap meet, and cultural activities here. They have 10-acre property here. And it's also the home of Aquaponics, which is behind the hotel and motel operation. What you see there is the back side of the motel operation. The cars are parked on the other side. We have this great big massive lawn going here. And what a backdrop, that mountain there behind us. The property is covered with fruit trees, mango trees. My favorite is the ulu tree coming up here, breadfruit tree, very prolific. You see the breadfruit coming falling on the ground there. You see there hanging in the tree. This is a very good food, very, very nutritious. And they let locals come and pick it for their personal use. They also sell it at the farmer's market. And back in the back you have banana trees, orange trees, and lots of avocado trees. Amazing amount of banana trees all over the property, and I'll be showing you that. There are several businesses on the 10 acres. One is the Aloha Lash. The island motel rooms are over there. This is the original Hotel Shirakawa. On the bottom currently is the Ka'u Wellness Center. This was a hotel, and there was a bar and restaurant down below, and 8 rooms upstairs, and it's currently being remodeled. It's very, very nice. Also some doctor's office over here on the side. And this is a pond that's being renovated. Here, there's the koi fish pond. A little island of stone. So this is the area. It's a very nice, pleasant area. You got a lot of shade from the trees, which makes it really nice. It's only about an hour drive, hour and 15 minutes to the volcano, which happens to be currently erupting. So you can drive up there in the evening, watch the volcano, have a drink in the volcano hotel, have dinner, and come back down. It's very, very nice. Then we're walking over to the aquaponic area now. So I'm walking into the aquaponic area now. And this is where the fishies are. And we go over and see if the fishies are around this morning. I come walking up here. Anybody interested in saying good morning? Oh, everybody want to go to school, huh? You guys happy guys, huh? Let's see if we can give you some fish, huh? It's Sunday morning here for the farm. Nice day off. This is an overflow tank. It has a siphon in it. So the water in this level and that level is all the same. So it's a buffer zone to it. Over here you see water coming back here. 24 hours a day the water is being pumped. It gets pumped up to the plants over there on the far side that you see. And so there's 4 rows, 7 tanks in each row. And looking nice. Everybody happy. Doing good. This is our little tool shed. Good morning, good morning. This tank is the hill tank system. This water, this tank here, it feeds the fish tank up at the top. The water comes back through the float beds here, and then it goes out to those 7 beds there, and then comes back here, 24 hours a day. We have a saying, one country, one God, one pump, and that's our pump over there. Okay? And so this is where it goes up here. This is a siphon. When the beds up there at the top fill up, it will run. So it takes anywhere from 7 to 8 minutes to fill this up. And you see the water there? That's where the water is now. It'll fill up about to there, and the water will be on the surface. This is all watercress. This was only planted about a week ago. So it's coming right on up. We're going up to the fish tank. So if you come over here, you'll see there's a blue pipe, white pipe painted blue on the top. That runs the water up, and the yellow is overflow. If the water came up here and for any reason couldn't come out fast enough, it would overflow back on the yellow and go to those float beds down on the bays. Now, this white pipe here, it brings it here. That brings the water into here. And if you look closely, you'll see it trickling in. Okay? Now this whole thing's going to fill up. Okay? Just a few minutes, okay? And so there, got about another 3 inches to go. So she's filling up. Let's go up and check out these fishies. How these guys are doing. This is a 1,200 gallon tank. Anybody home? Oh, we have some fishies here. We do, don't we? Yes, we do. Yeah. So to save me a walk down, I keep a little food container here handy. Grab a handful here. And this is just to test their appetite. The lady that feeds will be up here to give them their full dosage. But that's just so I see that everybody's looking healthy and eating. I'll put the lid back on that just to keep the ants out of it and keep it dry. But she'll come along and give them a full measure. So that water comes along in this white pipe you see here. And that white pipe is going to bring the water down. Good morning. To the grow bed here. This is the watercress bed. The water comes here, trickles out there, and it also comes in over here to the float bed. And so this is going to fill up. And the way this is built, this is rock cinder, comes down to about there, then there's a false bottom. And that's made out of putting a piece of scrap pipe down and then bread trays on top of it. And what that does for you is that it's going to, all the fish poop gets stuck in the rock, it goes down, it fills up, and then it's going to flush down that hole that you see right there. And it will charge out of here. And what takes 8 to 10 minutes to fill up, we'll drain it down in 1 minute. Okay? Now these are float beds. This one just got harvested and they're replanting it now. And you'll see the new plants coming up. Do all kind of herbs and mints and that. This is the onion actually left over from the last harvest. I like it when it goes to seed. Sometimes they're big and gorgeous, 2 inches around and that. But we really whack the onions here. Watercress is an all-time favorite. The other one is mint, for mint juleps and that. So we have a lot of bananas here on the farm. You see there, going all the way across. And avocados. If you got good sharp eyes, you'll spot the avocados up there. Okay? And if you don't have sharp eyes, I'll walk back over here for you. And you'll see them here. See all those avocados? Choke avocados. So this is the overall, the bamboo area. So the first row is float beds. The next row is all taro. It fills and drains. The next row is float beds again. And then the last row over there is a cinder bed. It goes up and down. At the end, you have bamboo trellises being built, and that's going to be a chayote squash, and that's going to run up it. We also have potted plants, everything from kukui nut to different plants that we use for ornamental purposes, and or they sell at the thrift store. This is an air brake. I'm going to open it up. And when I open that up, this siphon will not be able to function because the air will come in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the tank up at the top fill up. And then when it come back over here and I see it overflowing, I'll show you how the siphon runs. He's getting close. He's just starting to dribble. We'll let it start up. We'll take a fast walk through this aquaponics grow bed area. This is a tea maker. So you got a little 25-watt pump there. In the top here, they put worm castings in this top drum here. And in this top drum, this one holds down. See the net sack there? Well, they put in there, the air bubbles up from the bottom. It inflates it all the way up, and then it drains down. So this goes up and down about every 5 minutes. And it just runs on this little air pump here. You see, you got more water crush going there. So this one's going to go up and go down, go up and go down. Okay? And then when they come over here, if they switch this one, if they were to close this one and make tea and go to here, this pumps out. And what that does, it pumps the water out of the drum in there. Using air, it pumps it up like this. Okay? And I put this back on. And then it pumps it into the garden, and then that water goes back to the tank, and the tank goes all the way back up to the fish tank, and it's round robin time. So that's how we pump it out. But we're not ready to do that, so I'm going to go back to making tea and do that. And the making tea, that is it, is pumping this up with an air pump into the bottom of the tank. And so this will pump up through those holes, through that net sack. And we'll put a couple of handfuls of worm castings in there and make compost tea. Okay? So this here taro we just harvested yesterday. You see the cut stems on it. This is lettuce coming up. More taro being planted over here. These are new beds going to be installed here. And this, our newest addition, is the bamboo. And this is going to be a trellis for the plants to shoot up on. Over here, lettuce, rosemary, do a lot of peppers, Hawaiian peppers. They're very popular. Yeah. Yeah. Now these fill up about every 8 to 10 minutes. When I say fill up, you can see the water in here. Now this one just drained down, okay? The siphon just ran, okay? And this one here, it also just ran. I can see the water is down. So, and when I say ran, the blue pipes pump water up to the beds. The green water brings it back. And when it brings it back over here, and it's now draining. And that's what a siphon looks like. The top one is just overflowing, row number 2. That's the float bed there you see. And this one is row number 1. And that's bringing water out at about 3,000 gallons an hour back to the happy fish. Yeah? So if I want to, we'll go back up on the hill. It should be ready to go. So you see those bubbles popping out there? Okay. Now, if I reach over here and I close this air valve, which is normally left closed all the time, if I close that, now the air bubbles coming out will trigger a siphon starting. Okay. And when the siphon starts up, those air bubbles in there will create a partial vacuum. So it's the bubbles coming out, and this level here is adjusted to be into the inside of that pipe there. Just trial and error, turn it so it's a 45-degree fitting on a 45-degree angle. Notice you get more bubbles. As it goes, it's going to speed up. And here in less than 1 minute, you go from overflowing to a roar. And that again is like 3,000 gallons an hour coming out. Now let's say, where's it coming out from? Well, it's draining this bed up here. Remember when we walked by it, the watercress bed? So here's your watercress bed. And she's on her way down. She triggered when she went off here, and it's already down 2 inches, and it will drain this thing down in less than 1 minute. What that does for us is this cinder is very pliable because there's water from the bottom. I can dig in here with my hand. It also smells very sweet. You don't have a foul, sticky, anaerobic aroma to it. Now, as it comes down to here, you're going to see that I'm going to stand in the shadow here. I get out of the way here, and you'll see that as it gets down, it's going to start sucking air down that pipe. And we see our siphon down there at the bottom of the hill running 3,000 gallons an hour. This is a 600-gallon tank full of rock, so it's about 300 gallons of water being drained out in 1 minute. Now we come down to this point. Now if we come back here, you're going to see the air brake. And the air brake is when the water is started flushing here. When you get down here, hear that? You see it bouncing up there? Yep. Out. And then it will stop. So it starts itself, it stops itself, it goes off every 10 minutes. And that keeps our water. See how clear that is? Yeah, down in the pond there. It keeps everything looking nice. They're doing much, much better. So we'll take a walk down and head over to the coffee area. I wanted to give you a close-up view of the bamboo structure the guys built, but they threw this up in a couple of days. We have a tremendous amount of bamboo on the property. Gary and Apolonia have a 10-acre piece of property here, and this has all been donated to a foundation that they've started for the Immersion Scholl and to help the community education. This is more bananas. Lots of oranges. We have orange trees even much larger than this even, and that's what we need the picker for, to get up to the tall trees. But as we walk down here, we're going to see some pallets here on the right. We're going to make compost bins. Yeah. And composting is a major thing to have on a farm. Right now, all the leaves and things that they rake up or they pick up, they are, kind of composting it, but they're not adding vegetable waste to it or animal waste to it. So it's just pure vegetation, but it's over here. And so this is all of our green waste and the fruits and leftover, and you see breadfruit that's fell on the ground. We can't sell it if it falls on the ground and that. So then it goes into a compost pile. More bananas, lots of bananas. And of course, more avocado trees. Here we're coming to the bamboo stand. This is a very beautiful bamboo. It's a yellow bamboo, kind of a golden yellow with green stripes in it. So it's a very decorative bamboo. And but nice shady walk. These trees are very established, these avocado trees. But the neat thing is, this is clumping bamboo, so it doesn't take over the world. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 clumps of bamboo. The trick is harvesting it, and we like to get the curved ones for arches, as you see, when we're building some of our structures. So even the curved ones have a point. When you come over here, this part of the property, kind of walking through a jungle walk here, kind of a rainforest environment in here. Then you open up to the Great Plains. And of course, couldn't start off anything without having more avocados. Yeah. And so now this area over here is about a 3 to 4 acre parcel of the 10 acres. And in the far distance is the coffee. I'll take a walk over there. Now I'm up in the coffee area. So it goes all the way up the hill. You have a drive-through area here for the tractor. And you see how robust it is. I believe this is only 2 years old. They tell me normally it takes 3 to 5 years to be able to get coffee. And they have done very well here with this. Very robust harvest. They pulled out like 400 pounds out of this acre and then you finish it all off. You have to pick it, you have to skin it, you have to dry it, then you roast it, and then finally you bag it. But this is what coffee on the tree looks like. Just 2 days ago, I was out here and we were covered in blossoms, and all the blossoms are going to become coffee beans. Good fun. They've been picking right on through. So you come through, when it gets red like this, as you see coming up here, then you're ready for picking. And most of the pickers are paid by the pound to pick. Some farms do it by the hour. So here I got another drive-through coming through here. But these trees were the very first trees. I think I was here 2 years ago when these were little babies, only about a foot tall, 18 inches tall. And look what they've done in 2 years. So we're going to keep right on planting. And this is going to be a full-on coffee plantation. This area called Kau, K-A-U, Kau here in the Big Island is very popular for coffee, as is the Kailua Kona, which is north of us. We're at South Point here. But these are all the young plants planted last year. And to see the future, imagine you're going to have 3 times this coming over here in that big open field. And that'll be the future for us. Keep building and growing. You got a heck of a water conservation area up above us, and there's a cattle farm all the way on the top. We have the water runoff coming down here. So this can be a very gorgeous area, very robust and healthy. I think somebody told me about 2,600 feet, not elu. So it's nice and cool here in the evenings. Apparently coffee like that. I like being on a hill. Yeah? But imagine all this planted out in the next 2 years. Quite an undertaking. We have over 400 keiki coffee plants being prepared for harvest. This is just some of them here, all in pots, ready to be put out in the field. So they're up, looking for the sun, and they're ready to go. We'll use the tractor over here, and we have an auger on it, and they'll dig the post holes in the ground. Then we fill it up with bedding soil and put the coffee plant in there, and off she goes. The little tractor also uses that mower deck you see over there, and that's a bonus thing because you got a lot of grass to mow here. In a rainforest environment, that's something else. So this is called a 3-point hitch here, and this auger here goes on it, and it can drill a hole 1 foot down, and we go about 2 feet deep, and that's the auger we use. And it will drill it and put it in there. So it goes pretty quick. For landscaping here, we always have plants and palms in a nursery, always being prepared, and they're put out as we go. I don't know if you noticed that, but when I walked up the aquaponic area, that fence was smothered in passion fruit vines. So it went to farmer's market yesterday. I went, and they did quite well. Sold out their lettuce. They sold out their chayote squash. Everything sold out. Passion fruit, a case of that. More bananas, in case you wondered. And tea leaves. See, green here is tea leaves. Used a lot in cooking. Of course, can't hardly be a farm without having a backhoe and a front end loader. So that's our device there. John Deere. But this bamboo, I think, is going to be a showpiece. And this can extend out here like 30 feet out. And we can have more and more. Of course, can you really call yourself a farm if you don't have some pigs? So these are some wild pigs they got caught. And now they're being raised up. We give them nicknames. There's barbecue, there's lunch. I think that's dinner up there snoozing. Yes, you guys are good, huh? Yeah. So this is all passion fruit. We harvested a tremendous amount, a case of it yesterday to take to market. Oh, it's a beautiful setting. It's a very nice, affordable hotel, to stay in. And that the old hotel, when it gets finished up, it's going to be a classic. So hopefully in another year we'll have that done. But I was talking about the passion fruit. It's growing up and over the fence here, and up over the tarp. I'll give a close up here of it. This is a little small one. It's really big, plump, and juicy. We took all the really delicious ones yesterday. Here's a green one here. That's going to be a really nice one there. Yeah? Keep my eye on that. So you have a lot of elbow room here with 10 acres. And the goal is for the foundation to be self-supporting educational facility. Anyway, I'm Captain Glenn Martinez, doing this on behalf of Dr. Gary Stice and his wife Apolonia. Known them for over 50 years here in Hawaii. He was my college professor, that's 75 to 76, 77, oceanography and geography. So we go back a long ways. Yeah, but it's just really nice. Leave my farm and come visit his farm. Anyway, if you have more questions, go to Wai'ohinu Aquaponics. They have a YouTube, and you can watch there. We got a couple of videos up if you want to know more about the aquaponics. And then Shirakawa and Beachfront Rentals, he has vacation rentals here on the property. They have websites, so we'll try to provide the links to that for you. Anyway, that's about it for me. I'll be signing off.